The mPower Adapted Loan Fund can be used to enhance the accessibility of your business.
What's exciting, I think, about the business end of the program is, from my experience as an occupational therapist, and obviously someone that uses a chair, is that businesses have the opportunity to impact thousands of individuals well beyond the impact of the loan. Because when you start changing the community and making the community more accessible, that benefits everyone.
And as a community theater, we wanted to make ourselves available to every segment of the population, and this was important to us. We were involved in a major renovation of the theater. We wanted to connect this building, which is now our lobby, to the theater. So we wanted to be able to have access for people that might either be physically challenged or just people who happen to be older or have problems negotiating a set of steps that takes us from our lobby, which is at one level, up into the theater. And we didn't quite raise all of the money we wanted, and so we began looking around where there might be other places where we could get a loan, and that's when we found out about mPower.
What I wanted to do was I wanted to provide a fully accessible facility for people suffering from mental health problems, so that they didn't have to encounter all those barriers. You know, there's enough barriers that mental health people face anyway. And, you know, they also had to overcome the fact that if they wanted services and they suffered from some kind of a disability, or were in a chair, for example, the closest they could go was 50 or 60 miles away.
By promoting access to communication, they can continue to provide resources for consumers in the community.
What people tend to overlook when they look at loans is people become fixated on the interest rate, when really what creates the size of the payment is the term length. And mPower is unique because it looks at extending terms to, again, create that affordable monthly payment for people.
We're tailoring this program to meet the customer's income and financial levels. We're not having them meet really a financial level, although we do have guidelines. They're very accessible, and we are allowed to bend them in order to meet their needs.
mPower makes loans up to $100,000 at a fixed, low rate with repayment schedules of up to 20 years.
It's similar to every other loan process, except that we can do anywhere from $250 to $100,000. And that's one of the other assets of it too. It's not just for very small loans. There's loans for anything of an adaptive nature.
What it would have cost us to do it would have probably made it prohibitive for us to be able to do it. We were able to get a loan which we're able to pay out over 10 years in order to put the lift in, and we probably would not otherwise have been able to afford it at that time.
When I met with my board and I outlined the options, they felt that we could not afford not to do this.
Lyric is a nonprofit organization, and so we have to watch our budget very carefully. And as I indicated, we probably wouldn't have been able to do this except for the financing package we were able to obtain through mPower and FAME, which allowed us to be able to make payments over a 10-year period, but have the lift in place when we had our grand opening in 2001.
It was the catalyst of the change process in the agency, and if it hadn't have happened, we still would have been a very small and struggling agency. Because it happened, we are expanding not only in terms of the number of programs, but also the number of service sites and also the number of staff. So it has been probably the defining factor in the growth of the agency.
Now is the most important time to access the mPower program. Rates are being set lower than ever. Term lengths are flexible. This is the best time to access this program.
The mPower loan is an excellent way to help your business implement the Americans with Disabilities Act. mPower can work directly with any financial institution to put together a total loan package for the entire project. To qualify, your nonprofit or for-profit business must have a location in Maine. Visit mpowerloans.org for more information.